Listen to me. You know how I've been saying this entire market isn't random, that every move has a purpose? Well, I'm not just speculating anymore. Guess what? I found it. The connection, it's real. Trump. Yes, President Trump literally just dropped a line about leverage on China that wasn't a slip. It was a signal. You'll see how that single comment triggered a full scale market event that wasn't organic at all. This isn't a conspiracy theory, folks. This was what we call coordination. And the wild part, it's all tied straight in XRP into the next global financial framework, the one that is being built right under everyone's nose. Keep watching because I'm going to show you the proof, the timing, and the people pulling the strings behind the scenes. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why the global connection, it isn't a headline, it is the plan. Welcome back to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing day. Happy Monday, October 13th. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But if you come back for some more of that that real good info, do me a favor. At any point during your watching experience, hit that thumbs up. It is the ultimate way to support the channel, and it is free. You're probably sitting there just watching and be like, other people do it. I'm not going to do it. We need as many thumbs up as we can get, because the more thumbs up you get, the longer YouTube pushes the video in their algorithm. It's true. So we get over to this. Trump says, I hope the US doesn't need to use leverage on China. Most people heard that and thought, all right, sounds like peace, easing tensions, but the markets heard something completely different. The phase leverage on China isn't about diplomacy here. It's about positions. It was a chess move, a coded message for those who understand market signals. Here's how it went down. Within minutes of that statement, the algo desk, it went nuts. Liquidity dried up. Long positions got liquidated. And XRP, along with Bitcoin, it got crushed. Billions evaporated within hours. Now tell me that's not coincidence. You really think that line was off the cuff? No chance. This was the flush, the engineered reset before the next phase of the cycle. The same kind of shock event they used before they loaded back in. Think about it. What's the easiest way to regain control of a market that's overheated? You crash it. You wash out the leverage, and then you rebuild the board in your favor. And guess what sector got hit the hardest? Not stocks, not bonds, crypto. Because it's the most connected, the most reactive, and most importantly, the most programmable market on earth. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, I need someone to help me read these signals before they happen, well, stop waiting. Book a call with me today. Hit the link in the description of every YouTube video. Don't be that guy who watches the next move happen. Be the one who freaking profits from it. I'm telling you, spots are closing fast and then people realize it and it's over. Links down below. Check it out. As this is all going down, XRP, look, it opened up great this morning. It's seen a little bit of a pullback. That is okay. We got a weekly close on Bitcoin yesterday above 113,000. That is where we needed it. Probably going to see a couple of weeks here just chopping around on all these assets before they crank up the heat again. We also need to pay attention to what's going on in real world, in the stock market, in the bond market, and see how they are reacting. And then what is going on with this Trump-China tariff deal, because they will use any negative piece of news and spin it to make it seem like the world is ending. So look at his coordination, right? Because after that dump happened in crypto, Trump comes back out. He tweets again. He says, don't worry about China. It'll all be fine. And suddenly what happens? The markets start climbing. Some assets up over 20%. You can't make this up. The same hand that triggered fear now restores confidence. Remember, Eric Trump told you Q4 is going to be massive. You better buy the dip. This isn't leadership, folks. This is all orchestrated. The real question, though, is why? Why? Because when, excuse me, when you control volatility, you control entry points. Whales, they don't buy strength. They buy blood. I'm choking. I'm trying to recover. All right, I think we're back. So remember, one cut, no edit, no edits here, folks. You know that. We keep it moving. Whales don't buy strength. They buy blood. Every time this cycle repeats, someone makes billions. And retail, they get left holding the bag. But this time, you know what? Something's different. Because if you trace the on-chain data, the wallets accumulating during that drop, they weren't random. Some were directly linked to old institutional addresses, wallets that have been dormant since 2018. That means this wasn't panic. It was a reset. They cleared the board. They rebuilt positioning and they flipped sentiment from fear back to hope. It's psychological warfare. And the timing of it all, it lines up perfectly with what comes next. Listen to this clip right here. Because right as the smoke clears, we hear this.
We are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. Past administration starved and almost made extinct a lot of these companies and pushed it offshore. So what we want to do is apply the highest U.S. regulatory and AML standards to digital assets.
So Treasury Secretary Bessent, straight from Trump's admin, says that the U.S. is going big on crypto. That's not a headline for hype. That is a statement of direction. The U.S. isn't fighting crypto anymore. They're absorbing it. Do you think it's any coincidence that right after a liquidity wipeout that they start rolling out pro-crypto narratives? It's classic. You crash it, you buy it cheap, and then you legitimize it at the policy level. So now you got an entire administration, one that used to call Bitcoin a scam, openly saying that digital assets are a national priority. That's the tell. They don't say priority unless it's already built, integrated, and being quietly implemented behind closed doors. This is how they do it. They shock you, they accumulate, they normalize, and then they declare victory. And XRP, well, it's sitting right at the center of the shift, bridging currencies, linking systems, and powering the rails of the new digital economy. And you get the final piece right here. Eric Trump, he said that crypto is going to replace traditional finance. Crypto is literally outpacing the growth of the internet in the 90s. That's not small talk. That is narrative engineering. It's the son of a US president who is echoing what insiders have known for years. The infrastructure for the next monetary era is already online. When Eric says crypto's outpacing the internet, what he's really saying is that the adoption curve, it has gone parabolic. Banks, government, Fortune 500s, they are already in. The rest of the world just hasn't realized it yet. And that's the global connection I've been screaming about. From Trump's coded comments to the Treasury's crypto endorsement to Eric Trump framing digital assets as the next internet. It's all pointing to one thing. XRP and the broader crypto ecosystem are being woven into the new architecture of money. This isn't random news, folks. It's the unveiling of the plan, piece by piece. And if you're paying attention, guess what? You're already ahead of 99% of the market. So now you see it. This wasn't an accident. The recovery, it wasn't natural. And these statements from Trump, Besant, Eric aren't coincidences either. They are signals. They're telling us exactly where the next era of finance is heading. We're witnessing the controlled demolition of the old system and the quiet construction of the new one built on blockchain, powered by crypto, and connected by XRP. If you ever wanted confirmation that you're early, this is it. Don't wait for the headlines to tell you what is happening. You need to be in position before those headlines hit. You just saw the blueprint. Now it's your move. Hey, stay sharp, stay ready, and I'll see all y'all in the next one.